I'm going to. So as I mentioned in the email that I will run the support classes every week. Hopefully I will try to record. Of course, it's up to you whether you can attend or not attending. I'm not taking attendance in these support classes. Having said that, please, 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 if you're stuck in the coursework, go back to the assessment topic and go back to the recording or go back to the material, because I cannot assign 1 hour and a half for the coursework every single week from today up until the submission, and I still get the same questions by emails, because some people thinking that this is a easier way to get the to get the information or to get the answer. Okay, I will share the screen. I will start with the coursework. I will just go over the coursework and read what is the coursework for this module is all about. I know that most of you already just either finished the second year at the University of West of Scotland, or you came to the West of Scotland as a direct entrance student. Either or, you might didn't have the chance to study about the social accounting or the non-financial information of the accounting discipline. So as I mentioned this morning with Beasley Group, that the management accounting 3 topics is different than the topics in management accounting in general. And the coursework, which sometimes you think that it's complicated, it is some of you didn't experience something like this before. You might think, what is the link between this and accounting? Because from your point of view, accounting is pure figures and numbers and financials and financial statements, etc. But you will learn through this coursework that accounting is not only financial, it's non-financial, and the non-financial is as equal or as important as the financial as well. So what is the coursework is all about? The title of the coursework is Biodiversity and Circular Economy. So at the beginning, you really need to understand what biodiversity means and what circular economy means before going into details and select the company and doing the investigation and to collect this, because you really need to know what the information you are looking for. So it is better to spend some time, even after today, to read about biodiversity. I've put some material. I think I will make them available by the end of this session. There are some videos. There are some. I think there are some papers. But anyway, you have to educate yourself what biodiversity is and how companies report on them. And also you have to learn or understand what the health circular economy is and how it can make improvement for the company, and then select the company and do the task, etc. So basically, I have started here with giving you what biodiversity, etc., etc. So I will go and I will stop sharing the screen here. Where is my screen? Oh, stop share. Oh, stop share. So. Okay. So the topic of the coursework is investigating biodiversity and circular economy. So basically, what biodiversity means? I always prefer to start with this quote. From most of history, man had to fight nature to survive. In this century, he is beginning to realize that in order to survive, he must protect this nature. So, what is biodiversity? It's basically everything around us. It's the infrastructure that supports all life. We keep saying biodiversity means species, means every single life around us, including humans, including animals, including plants, including flowers, including trees, every single thing in the infrastructure that supports everything around us. So the more biodiversity we have, the more secure the life is. Of course, there is some videos. I've put a number of videos on the assessment folder, so you can watch them in your own time. So basically, biodiversity in general is very crucial to any business, because there is a mutual relationship between businesses and nature. So think about, for example, any furniture factory. So to do kind of wood, etc. They really need the nature to get the wood from. So companies get most of the raw material, including water, including energy, including everything from the nature, from the biodiversity, from the planet, and then use it. And after they use it, after they produce it, they bring it back, or they give it back to the nature again. So again, there is a video on the relationship between biodiversity and businesses. Up until COVID, it was, I was started to publish on biodiversity and reporting on biodiversity. Most of my publication before biodiversity was only on environmental management, environmental reporting, corporate social responsibility. But I realized that it's not only me, to be very honest. It's one student who I used to supervise her in her honor dissertation. She came up with a biodiversity topic because it's related to corporate social responsibility. We have read about it. We looked at it, but we decided to move on. So the main thing is, this is the kind of the main idea of what biodiversity is. So from science point of view, they are looking at the soil and the grass and how the science and how the nature and everything. But from accounting point of view, what we are very keen about, we are very keen to see how companies or how businesses are reporting on biodiversity. Because for me, reporting is the last stage. They have to do some activities and then report on them. So this was my kind of aim in a kind of, the first couple of papers I've published. It was about this, reporting on biodiversity in general. We created a disclosure index or some items I will show you later. And then once COVID hit the world, I published the first blog on, end of March 2020, because, I was thinking, what caused the COVID-19? Everybody was talking and everybody was panicking, and NHS and people, and we stuck at home, and everybody wants to contribute. And at this time, I was really I was sitting at home, might be in the same conservatory, and just saying, definitely there is something where this comes from. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a pharmacist, but there is definitely something. And I keep reading and reading and reading. And then I realized that because humans think that they are the best species in the species, so they kind of using everything, utilizing everything, abusing everything. So including road building, including mining, including cutting the trees, including killing animals, including killing animals and sending them to markets, and all this human destruction, created biodiversity loss. And the biodiversity loss because animals and other kind of species, they didn't find any space or any place to kind of live. So as a result, viruses has lost their host and looking for a new host to go. And this is why viruses went into humans. Just to give it to you, in a very kind of simple meaning. So shrinking the natural habitat, it changing the behavior, add to the risk of disease spilling over from animals to humans. Because this is what happened with COVID. Many people, of course, see animals infecting humans, but actually humans go to the animals and they intrude in their habitats, and this is why we got COVID-19, or we got this. I've got here some kind of impact on the biodiversity, the positive impact and negative impact. So, for example, the positive impact, once we all in lockdown, you can see, of course, even if you used to watch the news, you can see climate change and CO2 emission started to be reduced. People who are living in affected area of pollution kind of got more affected by COVID comparing with others. So biodiversity had there was a loss in the biodiversity in general. There was a destruction, and the COVID-19 gave us, or give all governments, a wake-up call to tell them, wake up, there is a huge disaster here, we have to sort it out. So what should we do? And what is the future of the reporting, and how we will reduce biodiversity loss? So this is what I'm telling you here is what biodiversity means, because you have to understand this while you are doing your course. What does it mean? And then why it is related to businesses. So, okay, biodiversity, everybody talks about biodiversity or nature or planet, from geography, experts in geography, experts in science, in biology, everyone talks about it. But how about accountants? What we are keen about? We are very keen to know, how companies report on biodiversity. They use it, they misuse it, they utilize it. What they are doing are because the part of their work is to help the community, to help society, to support society. So did they do so? Did they invest, or did they support planting trees, for example? Did they support something for animals? Did they support something for plants? Did they do something for human in addition to their, what are they doing? This is what we are very interested in terms of accounting, because accounting basically means measuring and reporting. In financial accounting, we measure anything in financial terms, but we have reporting as well. So reporting means companies, because they are using some resources from the nature, from biodiversity, they have to tell us, they have to tell the public, they have to tell everybody how they use it, how they utilize it, and improving that. And circular economy, I think I've got a paper. Hopefully it will come out soon. And if it's published very soon, of course I will share it with you. It's about biodiversity and circular economy, and we had implemented the same disclosure index you have on some 28 companies over a number of years. So I hope it will be accepted for publication, and then I will share it with you. So basically, recent evidence confirmed that pandemics such as COVID are results of biodiversity loss and habitat destruction, and caused by human. So it's obviously that COVID-19 has been challenging global health, economy, planet, society, habitat. So circular economy, CE. So of course you have to. I will use circular economy on all the time. So circular economy basically introduced to focus on business practice where material pollution are and waste are redesigned, material are continually reused, and natural system are protected. So the notion or the principle of the circular economy is basically to create value. Instead of take, make, waste, because we spend ages saying, oh yeah, take, make, waste, and recycling. Now we realize recycling is not enough. It's not enough to protect the environment at all. So we are going back to see to reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay, so these are the 3 principles of circular economy. So the aim of this project is to investigate whether reporting on circular economy system implemented corrective action taken to repair the biodiversity. We really need to see, okay, if that because of course pollution and some rubbish that been on the sea, and I think you might read or heard about, by 2050 there will be some more plastics in the ocean rather than fish, unfortunately, if we cannot act from today or if we cannot act from yesterday. So governments have to act, businesses have to act, people on individual basis have to act. I started as a, on a personal kind of, personal life, I started to watch everything. I try not to throw everything in the bin. I'm trying to make reuse whatever for a number of for different purposes. I mean, so we do believe that with recent COVID-19, business should think strategically to implement or adopt circular economy, and circular economy transition shouldn't be hindered abstract the current business environment. We also believe that since accounting, so you can see here the link between accounting and circular economy, because again, people in science write on circular economy, people in geography write in circular economy, people in biology write on circular economy, people in science in general write on circular economy. But what is the hell circular economy can do with accounting? So we believe that accounting, as long as accounting serves important economic function of measuring and communicating an organization performance, it should also contribute to society by adapting circular economy as rethinking accounting framework. Because as I think I've mentioned this morning, that it will be mandatory for companies to report on both financial and non-financial information. So the research or the object of your project is to investigate companies reporting on both circular economy and biodiversity. I will stop this. I will stop sharing the screen, and I will go back again to the coursework. Okay, here the first paragraph is a background of what biodiversity is. Again, you have and you should read about what biodiversity is. I will upload more. I'm not really sure whether I uploaded more with all my papers on biodiversity, but I will upload more for you to read about what biodiversity is, etc. And of course, you are very welcome to come with you know, to cite other academic resources, books, papers, etc. You have to understand what it is. What is biodiversity? And then, because you are going to report on it, you are going to see whether companies report on what's it called biodiversity and what's it called circular economy. So you have to understand them. So here is a kind of background about it, the link between biodiversity and the COVID-19, as I explained, and then the moving from linear economy to circular economy. Because why people or why researchers saying that circular economy is the solution? Because nowadays, up until this moment, many companies implemented what is called linear model. Linear model means take, make, waste. That's it. Take, make, and waste. Waste is the end of the cycle. But you know, the researchers or supporters of circular economy notion, they are saying, oh no. This is not enough at all. We have to do something more. It has to be a closed loop of production. Reuse, recycle, reduce, reuse, recycle. There are some literature, or even if you are investigating on website, they call them 3 R's. And there are some other researchers, you know, suggested 5 R's or 10 R's: rethinking, remodeling, reusing, reutilizing, re-innovation. So they have 10 R's, and this is, they think that these are the principles of circular economy. Okay, I give you I did give you now a background what biodiversity is and what circular economy is. Of course, you have to educate yourself what each one of them is. And basically, as a third year in the university, I prefer always to give my students something to link between theory and the practice. So we are studying biodiversity, but I always want you to go ahead and see what are companies doing in terms of any topic we learn. So you are required to submit a detailed report on biodiversity and circular economy. The report structure is already available in Appendix 1. So please put this in front of you while you're writing your report, because this is what I'm putting in front of me while I am marking your report. And the same for the moderators, and the same for the external examiners. So this should be your mirror, should be your tool, should be, because when I read your report, I will go executive summary, objective of the report, 2 marks. Did the student cover this and this? Yes, 2, 1, 0. Did the student cover this? Yes, 2, 1, 0. Some students, forget to put one of these kind of requirements. Of course, they get 0. This is why, of course, I'm going to repeat this again nearer the time. But please, the report structure should follow this structure to make it easier for us to mark. What is the executive? Any report, government report, company report, any kind of report, you find executive summary at the beginning. It's a kind of, if the report is 100 pages, you find 2 pages as executive summary, summarizing everything, and then table of content, and then the details of the report. This is, how I want you to structure your report like that. So yes, before you ask me the question, if there's something wrong here, table content should be first and executive summary should be after. No, summary should be at the beginning, and even from its name, executive summary means summarizing every single thing in the report in a concise way, concrete way, and then content, and then introduction, so on. What you really need to do, you read about biodiversity, you read about circular economy, and you understood it, and now you wanted to select a company. I have given you a list of the top 100 companies here. Okay, this is a list of top 100 companies. Pick up whatever you want, or select your own company, because I have received a number of emails over the last week saying, oh, can I pick up this? Can I pick up that? Yes, you can pick up any company. And once you decide on the company, that's it, full stop. Do not come back after 2 weeks and change the company. Because if there is no any information the company disclosed about either biodiversity or circular economy, or both of them, it's not your fault. And I know that disclosure on biodiversity is very, very, very low. But we have to do the investigation to confirm that. We cannot say, I cannot sit down here saying, oh yeah, all companies did not provide any disclosure, because I didn't investigate all companies. But if you investigate, say, for example, KFC, Burger King, supermarkets, Sainsbury, M&S, whatever, and saying, no, definitely they have nothing to do with biodiversity, that's fine. Okay, so you pick up the company, it's in your choice. You can pick up one of the top list 200 companies, or one from any preference you like. I think on the paper that hopefully will come up soon, will be published soon. We selected the car industry and the aerospace industry, automobile industry, something like this. I can't really remember. And we investigated 28 companies in 3 sectors. So it's really up to you. Honestly, it's up to you how you want to do so. When circular economy started to appear, most of the papers or most of the publication were in the car industry. It's up to you. Might be in aerospace industry, might be whatever. Because we are investigating a concept. It doesn't matter for me what they are doing. It doesn't matter for me, it doesn't matter for me which company. We really need to get a grasp of what every single company is doing. What are you going to collect from the company? You go for the company, you see, yeah, okay, you picked up, for example, Ford, you picked up Mercedes, you picked up whatever. You went through the company, looked at it, and and then what are you going to do? What you are going to do is you are going to go for fill in this index. Okay, it's called index. When I say in any emails the disclosure index or biodiversity and circular economy, this is what I mean. This table is index. I have developed this table from my previous papers. I have developed a comprehensive framework for biodiversity in some of my papers. And then in this paper or in this project, I created or I integrated both biodiversity and circular economy together. So I've picked up from my previous biodiversity framework or index the most items that companies provide disclosure on. So it might be, you might find your company provide disclosure on company reports on blah, 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 blah. Okay. You might find this in something like 2 or 3 pages, 4 pages in, in CSR report. I will tell you where to find. And then this is 14 items for biodiversity and 6 items for circular economy. So all in all, 20 items. Last year and the year before, I asked the students to fill in a disclosure index of 53 items. But here, I'm asking you only 20 items because I really need this coursework to be more concise, more analyzed, more focused. So if you go for this, if you did not find any disclosure at all, this company, your company, Sainsbury, Tesco, whatever, Ford, Mercedes, did not provide any of that. I put the X here. Okay? That means your company did not provide disclosure on that, on this item. That's it. Okay? If your company disclosed minimal, vague, information, you read the sentence. What the hell is that? What they mean? Oh, yeah, it's not completed sentence. I think I didn't understand anything. This didn't give me anything. It's very descriptive. It's whatever. You feel that the information is not enough, is not completed, is vague. Give them 1. Okay? A score of 2 was awarded when the disclosure contained objective or verifiable or current data. A score of 3 awarded if they are having all of this, including a specific affected species or number of, or if they provide too much details along with numbers. So, for example, we have the company, we have done in terms of, we have done so and so in terms of trees, we have done so and so in terms of other species, we have done so and so in terms of flora or fauna. If you judge yourself that this is a good sentence giving you a comprehensive meaning, give them 3. By the way, giving 1, 2, or 3 is a very subjective thing, because I'm not going to go back and investigate, oh yeah, or I'm not going to deduct some marks from you because this sentence should be 1. You should score it 1, score it 2. No. The main aim of this coursework for you to practice on how to do research. So when you fill this index, for example, we call it index, okay? So it's either 0, that's it, or it's 1, okay? Or it's 2, or it's 3. Sorry, 3. Okay, I will go back and read. I know I will go over this hundreds of thousands of times from now until you submit, but don't worry. So every year I ask students to pick up their years, and it's always huge, discussion which year I should pick, 2002 and 2015, 2000, and this year I've decided to give you the years to make it easier for you. So you have to investigate 2018 and 2021. As simple as that. If you did not, I'm repeating myself again, if you did not find any of the items, it's not your fault. Do not exchange the company. Give yourself some time to pick up a company, couple of days, go around, have a wee look, seeing, if there is anything related to biodiversity, if there is anything related to circular economy, and if you are happy, go ahead and take the decision. By the way, forgot to mention that in that, of course, I might send you this as an Excel later on. When you go, for example, into Sainsbury or Ford or whatever, and you read the sentence and you scored this sentence by 1, I want you to copy this sentence and include it in your report, because I call this sentence as quotes. And of course, include the page number and the year. So for example, I'm asking you to complete this index for 2 years, one for 2008 and one for 2021, 2018 and 2021. And then of course you have to do a comparison, whatever. I will go over with this, bit by bit, because I don't want to confuse you, from the beginning. We'll go over this later on. But once you read anything from your company and you think, oh yeah, this is very good, this is what they are doing, take a copy paste of this sentence and put it in quotation, because these are quotes from the companies that you are going to support your analysis with them. I will show you later how to do so. Okay. Where you can find the information. And you can find the information on biodiversity and circular economy in three formats. Either a standalone PDF, some companies having social responsibility report, corporate social responsibility report, corporate social report, environmental report. Under this one, you can investigate and you can find the information. What you have to do, open the Word, the PDF file for 2018 and Control F, okay? Control F for find, and just say biodiversity, say circle, okay, see if you can find the information or not. Or either this information integrated with the financial annual reports. So companies, of course, companies issue financial annual reports, and it might be a section of that on about corporate social responsibility or biodiversity, or companies posting information on their website about them. So if you find, for example, a company posted something on their website, that means the current. You can take the sentence, open a quote, add the sentence, okay, and then say, for example, for current website for me to know, okay. Or if you get it from for 2018, you might say CSR 2018 page 25 or whatever. Close the quote. So this will give you will give me as a marker an indication that these are, you supported, you have done the investigation, you supported your answers with quotes from companies, and you provided the quotes or the sentence. Okay, I will show you some examples later on. Of course, this is the marking or the marking that the marking schedule that you have to prepare your coursework based on that. For this year, I have decided to include something about the profits and ratios, because I really need from you to find out and let me know in your coursework whether your company who's doing very well in terms of financial profits, are they doing well in terms of biodiversity? Are they doing well in terms of circular economy, or they are something completely separate or completely different? This is what you are going to find out. This is, I haven't done research in this area yet, but you will help me. It might be my next research is just including the profits and biodiversity. I have included profits before in the models, but I did not include it in circular economy yet. I'm writing two other papers on one in circular economy, another one in circular economy and biodiversity, and another one in circular economy in its own. I'm linking this to profits and CSR dimensions, including employees and people, planet, and profit, as I explained this morning. So some people just joined anyway. I don't want to go over every single thing in the marketing schedule at the moment, because I don't want to kind disturb you with so much information. I think let's make it simple, week by week, because I'm going to see you week by week. So for today, after we finish and after we stop, finish with the session, go and read about what biodiversity is, what circular economy is. If you absorb it, if you understood what each one of them is, decide on the company. And next week we can go over bit by bit, or I can show you, how to do the analysis, etc. Okay, I will stop sharing the screen. I'm happy to take any questions.
Can I ask if do you set up the groups, or do we pick our own groups?
No. There is no any groups. It's individual coursework this year. It's individual. Right, okay. No. There is no. It's not group work. This is what was 2 years ago. This year is individual coursework, and yeah, I forget to mention it's a 50% of the final mark. So 50% for the coursework and the 50% for the whole content of management accounting 3. This is why I have decided here just to kind of give you more time for support to answer, to help you and to be with you step by step, because your success means my success as well.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
See, I have a question. See,
yes.
I'm very confused about index. How I can score from 0 to 1 to 3, and if I take 2018 and 2021, I think, right?
Yeah.
And do I need to check all them and see I get all information from 2018 and 21?
No. Okay, let me share the screen again. Where is the coursework again?
I'm very confused on this.
No. You have to investigate 2018 and 2021. I'm not saying from 2018 to 2021. You have to investigate 2 years. 2 years.
Okay.
2018. You finish those 2018, you investigate 2021.
But see, for score to give index, like for example, 2018 maybe is no much information, maybe 2021 is more information. How can I give a score for from 0 to 3?
No. We investigate each year separately. Okay.
Okay. Each year we made each year and click OK. I get now.
Yeah. Because why I'm saying this? Because at some later on you are going to comment on whether the disclosure increased or decreased or the same. So let's talk about that. Say for example, I don't want to confuse you at the moment, but anyway. Let's say, for example, this item, okay, the first item, and let's say that we are investigating 2018, and you give them 1, okay? You give them 1 in this item.
All right.
Okay, so far in 2022, when you investigated it, you give them 2 instead of 1.
All right. Just I need to write.
Yeah, that means their level of disclosure improved between 2018 and 2021.
All right. Okay. Just I mean I need to do 2018 into 2021 to separate and then score.
Yeah, do them separately, and then I will show you how, and then at some point you have to put them together to do a comparison.
Okay, now it's a little better. Thank you for.
Okay, you are very welcome. No, it's okay. This is why I love this support class. That people are benefiting from other people's questions. That's absolutely fine. Thank you, Dalia.
Thank you.
Any other questions, guys? How many of you read the coursework before you joined today?
Sorry, I just read before this meeting and print out and have questions. And
Absolutely. Thank you, Dalia. Harun, do you want to say anything?
What was the question?
I'm asking, did you read before you come to this class?
Yeah, I've done a bit of reading, yeah.
Okay.
On the Moodle.
Oh yeah, yes, it's on Moodle. Yeah.
See that handbook? Will that be on Moodle now as well?
What handbook?
The handbook we just went through.
Oh yeah. I will upload the PowerPoint and yes, it's not handbook. It's the coursework, but it's a Word file. I can upload the Word file. Yeah, it's not an issue. Absolutely.
So, next Thursday, do we discuss it more? How are we going to go about it?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys to tell me what should I do next week.
Holiday.
No way. Okay.
Just Steven, next week when we have meeting, do you send link or we need your same meeting number for?
Yes, I will send the link, but it will be the same link every week.
All right.
But
okay.
I will remind you and I will send you a link. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about this until I came on this call. Goal is everything is on Moodle.
Okay.
Under the assessment topic, and I think I sent an email to let everyone that we are going to discuss the coursework today.
Okay. I'm just ask
future. No, absolutely. Ask as many questions as you want.
No, because I just started to use Zoom and everything is new for me and just try to work out with meetings.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Okay, any other questions, guys?
We have class 14 to 11 for next week, or just we have?
I think, are you from Beasley?
Yes, yeah.
I think I've discussed this morning that honestly I have no clue because timetable, I will keep checking the timetable and I will update everyone by Wednesday morning as I did yesterday for Beasley class, okay? But for the support class, it will be on every Thursday from 2 till 3:30.
Thank you.
Arlene, is the circle economy similar to the circular flow of the economy? You tell me. You find out and tell me. How about this to answer this up until next week? Okay. Is circular economy similar to circular flow of the economy? It's very interesting. I must admit, I'm not sure. So find out and let me know next week.
Okay then.
Yeah. That's amazing. Do we need to have done economics before? No, Ball. You don't need to have economics at all.
It's a PhD. PhD in economics.
What do you say, Harun?
You need a PhD in economics to do this.
No, you don't need to have economics, because I think you did the ratios before, right? All you really need to know is you understand the new concept and you implement it on companies. That's all.
Abir,
We really need to see. Can you mute yourself, Harun, please?
sorry.
So you really need what the main aim of this coursework. I always wants to give the students the up-to-date topics. So I think climate change, CO2 emission, CO2 reduction, sustainability, these are the future. And believe me or not, people or students who had this coursework with me before, they found an amazing job after they finished, and they either doing their dissertation on the same topic in fourth year, they find the job. I might invite some of them at some point to talk to you guys. So no, you don't need a degree in economics to do this. No. Okay. As long as there is not many people have read, what do you want me to do next week? Because I prefer to ask you guys, what do you want me to do? Instead of, I have plans in my head and then these plans doesn't suit you. What do you want me to do next week? Do you want me to tell you more about biodiversity? Do you want me to tell you more about research has been done in biodiversity in terms of in relation to accounting?
Probably your second point there about the research, biodiversity and accountancy.
Oh, do you want me to do this next week, Robert?
Well, yeah, it doesn't need to be the whole thing, just a wee part on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to do
thanks.
so. Yeah,
Cheers.
yeah. The deadline is 23rd of October. I need to double check. I think 23rd or 30th. 23rd of October. Deadline is 23rd of October. Any other questions, guys?
See the company that we choose a bit, is it got to be on that list, that 200 company list?
No.
Okay.
Because many students emailed me asking me to use, to do the investigation on other companies, and I agreed. So any company you think that they do something like a circular economy, go ahead and do it. Or something, about biodiversity, even if you think that they are not doing it or they have some, initiatives to do it or something, that's absolutely fine. Any other questions? Okay, next week I will go over some of my papers about biodiversity. I think I've explained what biodiversity is. I might just go over it quickly, and then I will show you what I have done to make it clear for you what is what you really need to do. Believe me, honestly, you might find it so boring or so difficult, or what is the hell of that, but I'm 100% sure you will thank me at the end, because you will read something that You will learn something new. You link academia to practice. You will be on the spot of the new topics on the area, and you will be, because you will be the future accountant. You will know how accountant can, because nowadays we are writing to say accountants can save the world. So you might be one of them in the future. Any advice on where is best to start if I have already read about biodiversity? Okay. If you read about biodiversity and circular economy, select a company. Okay, select a company. Say, for example, select some. Do you know, sometimes I always advise students to select a company that you like. So, for example, if you are interested in sports, select any of the sports companies. If you are fancy of kind of car, select a car company. Select whatever, but I think select the company after, if you understood what does it mean. Select the company and read about it and read what they are doing, etc. So I think once you settled and understood what biodiversity is, select the company. Once you all selected the company, I will go over the coursework step by step, saying, okay, let's go with the disclosure index for this, whatever. Let's go to do this. Let's do that. Select the company and go over and read about this in the company. I might show you some examples next week. So, okay. How about next week? I will show you examples of academic papers on biodiversity. And I will show you some examples from companies. So I will pick up any company and I will pick up, something about biodiversity, and we can score together what they are saying about biodiversity. I can say, okay, for this item, I score them 1, or I score them 2, or I score them 3. So at least you know what is expected from you. So this sounds okay? Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay, that's absolutely fine, Laura. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, before you go, I think we are about to do this in the ball. Okay. Okay, any other questions for me at all?
See, do we have a face-to-face meeting like once in once?
No. Are you from Paisley?
No, Lanarkshire.
No. I don't think I will have a face-to-face with any other campuses in terms of the coursework, because you have already your own lecture for the content of the module. I'm doing this kind of support class as extra. So and I'm inviting everyone. So I should do it only for my campus, but I decided to do it for everyone for help and support, etc. So I know I'm really sorry. I will not.
Oh, it's okay.
Just face-to-face to all campuses. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay. See you next week, guys. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay.